Hi guys, today I am going to demonstrate how to install ND plugin and how to work with it. So to install the ND plugin online, you have to go to help install new software and then click add button. So you have to copy the URL that for the Cyberdyne that for ND. So I copy that URL into the location and name that my repository as ND. Then I click OK button and you are pending for this results. So I just pick all the show only latest versions available software, hide items already installed, and group items by category, show only software applicable to target environment. In here I am using Eclipse Kepler version, and so now I select the ND plugin in here and then click next button. So it's calculating requirement dependencies, so ND is coming there. Right, okay, finally we are approaching the license agreement and then click finished. Okay, it's installing in the Eclipse environment, so it will take some time. That's the security warning, that's because of JARs are not signed. Just click OK, it's fine. And right, okay, now we have to restart the Eclipse environment. Okay, so in this project I select my workspace as Eclipse common workspace. So in that workspace we are able to use the ND. In here you can see the icons for ND and ND option menu in the menu bar. So we have first to create an Android project that uses with ND. So let's go to the create project. In here you can see that ND database modeling wizard. So if you mind, just I click that wizard and you can see that project must be specified. So when I click browse button, you will not be able to see any project in there because that select an Android project option is available for the ND. So I just go back again and select Android project first. So this is Android application project and I'll name it as ND sample. So in normal case that Android SDK says that com.example is main purpose holder, so we have to replace something like com.nd.sample and just click next. Don't need to change anything in here, just click next. Yeah, selecting blank activity, don't need to change the activity names. Okay, just click the finish button. Okay, Android project is created and Android SDK is loading. So we have to create the layout that necessary for demonstrate ND database modeling UI. So in first I'm using the Android layout and just adding simple layout in there. Okay, so just add that hello button to below. Let's add then text field to this layout too. Okay, so just right now just add the button there. Okay, right, okay, so just go to the XML view and then just rename that button as btn add, and I'm changing the button name for add, and we don't want to show that hello world content in the text run because I'm using that component for the result viewing. So okay, now that's our UI. Fine. Oops. Okay, now we can go to the main activity. You can see that main activity has that onCreate method and onCreate menu options method. So now we can apply ND with the ND sample. So just click new, other, and from the ND database modeling wizard. So just click next button and you can see that automatically selected that available Android project ND sample in there. So if you click browse button, you can see that available Android project is there. So also you can check that package name in here. In our sample application, we select that ND sample as the package name, so I select data package for the ND model. So com.andy.sample.data will be our data model. So just click finish button. So you have appeared that db model.xml which you provided in your previous design, and it contains just only Andy model and model name, just only those things. And if you are watching carefully, you can see that Andy.property file is available there, and it also contains that model name, package name, and generated parameter. So generated parameter is empty right now because you are not generated any classes up to now. So just click that on, and now we have to go to the modeling view by window, show view, other, and in here there are category called Andy, and you can select that Andy modeling view there. Okay, so now we have to select the Andy project from browse button, and in here you can see generally Andy integrated project in there. So normal Android projects are ignored in this view. Okay, so in our view doesn't have any kind of table, so now we have to add a table. I just enter name as customer, so just normal table, and now I can have to add that new column. So I use customer ID in there and just click it as primary key and auto increment. With the auto increment field, you can see that data type automatically changed to SQLite data type integer for auto increment data types. That must be necessary. And then you can click the new column again, and I just click enter the customer name in there. So, okay, so it will be a string and not null. So I just click save button. So we have two columns in our table and the table name customer. So now we can go in for the generate Andy class out there. So before generate that, I could like to see that generate class Java files. So you can see that only R class and build config class available in there. So when we are click generate button, Andy again asking for the Andy sample. So now we select that Andy sample project again that integrated with Andy. Now just say that classes are generated for model. Okay, so you can see that com.andy.sample.data packaging out there. So I just click close that modeling view, and you can see that db model xml modified and your table contents are added to there. And if you mind to click that Andy properties file, you can see that generated classes list out there. So don't modify those things. If you modify those things, it will be cause to misbehave of Andy. So now we can create our data. We have created our database model and generated classes for databases. So it just contains that entity class that support for the table and database handler class generated for you. It has all insert, delete, and query methods. Also database helper class for you that create Android runtime database. So okay, so now again we go to the main activity, and here I just want to declare a method for add item. So public void add customer in there. So we have to pass view parameter there. Okay, so just import view. Alright, fine. So I'm going to again activate the main XML, and in the button, yeah, there is a text called add. So we have to mention that method name also in there. Android on click equal. So I gave that add customer method in here. So I just added that add customer method in there. Okay, save that, and okay, fine. So now we have to write the method body for the add customer method. Before that, we have to initialize our database from that particular activity. So I just declare that database handler object in here, private db handler equal. So we don't want to initialize it in there. So just import db handler from our sample.data package, and then we have to create default constructor in there. So public main activity sorry, just okay. Now we can initialize that database handler in there. So before initialize that database handler, we have to pass that current context of that main activity as a parameter for the database handler default constructor. So db handler, oops, I write db twice, db handler, this. Okay, now we initialized our constructor with the db handler object, and now we can use our database in there. So first, when we are click that add customer button, we are supposed to save that customer records showing in that particular field that called in here into our database. So we have to read that value from the Android layout menu. So try, I'm using just try catch for eliminating any issues that further can occur. So let's check it. Try catch, and I'm handling general exception. You can actually write your own exception codes and out there if you need anyway. So because actually it won't be necessary. Actually, edit text, and I just gave that name for that's the customer name. So name equal, I have to cast that value, edit text, and this dot find view by id r dot id dot as our text one. Yeah, here edit text one. So now we can import that edit text into here. Okay, so now we want to create our object customer first. Customer equal new customer. Okay, so again I have to import that customer class into there, right? Okay, and then we have to set that customer's name. So customer dot set customer name. To customer name we can select that cost name is out there. Okay, cost name dot we have to get it text. Actually that text parameter returned as that edit text, so we have to convert it into the to a string method and to a string, because in, if you mind that our database model we created that as a string field, so we have to convert it to the string. In here you can see that data type is a string, so we have to create it as a string. Okay, now we should have to reset that value field again, unless that will be a mess if we don't change that one and again repeatedly add the same field again. So set text, just put in empty value, and then we are dealing with our database. So this dot db handler dot open. So we have to open our database through the database handler, and then we can add our record into the database. So next line, this dot db handler dot insert customer. So I have customer in there, and then just only have to this dot db handler dot cross. So we have to commit database after it changes. So returning to database is completed now, so we have to write additional methods to read from the database. So private void, let's just say that method as show, and in show method as usual I am declaring again try catch here, because actually if if any exception occurred, we can catch it out there. So okay, exception here. Oops, I didn't write that exception. After debug view, we can just print a stack trace in there. Don't want to go for handle it deeply. Print a stack trace, it's okay. So now to read database, we want to open that database again through the database handler. So database handler, open, and then we have to call the customer as an array list. So array list, type is customer, then now it's cost list. Okay, so this dot db handler dot you can query customers out there really. Yeah, in out there you can specify any specific where clause if you need it as a SQL statement. So I just going to query all the customers available in the database, so just put that as an empty string. So afterwards we have to iterate through that array list, and afterwards you can populate the data from the array list into text view that we created earlier in our view. So that's all. Yeah, we are going to use edit text one to populate those data. Okay, so just iterate by for loop. Okay, customer C cost list. Okay, so what's the wrong cost list? Okay, and then we have to put that into a string. So I'll just use string for that. String txt equal empty string, and then I populate that string with my results. Actually it's not a good habit, but just only for demonstration. I just only want to show how that works, so it's okay with that view. Okay, and c dot get customer name, and just put new line afterwards. So okay, right, then you can get that text view out there. Okay, text view, sorry, is using text view. Text view equal, we have to write a cast text view. This not db hand, sorry, this dot find view by id r dot id dot text view one. Okay, just get in that text view and have to import the text view class into our Java class. So and then actually we can set text with text. So text view dot set text. Okay, txt. Yeah, so we are putting our text into the text view. So just that all. So now I am going to run that application on my Android mobile. So before run that model, we have to call that show method from our add customer method, then as well as when our application loaded. So I just call that method through the on create and add customer button. So also let's just check over the code. Yeah, so I just forgot to close the database, so that will be close to database open state. If you don't mind to close the database while if you open it. Okay, so now we have to run that application on the Android device. So my device is connected through the ADB wireless. Just need few seconds to activate ADBS wireless. Okay, it's activated. Now I have to connect that ADB server. ADB connect, my IP is 192.168.431. So just connect it. Okay, successfully connected. Yeah, device is there. So let's check this application on the device. Okay, so device fired up with the application. So let me just say it to you. Actually that will be a big for the screen because that my mobile has HD resolution, since that display height is not enough to show it. Okay, now you can see that it has add button and the text field. So I just put in my name into that, type Charita. Okay, yeah, in here, sorry, yeah, you can just refresh. Yeah, okay, you can see that my name is there. So I just click add button and okay, let's check it. Yes, it's capturing the screenshot. Yeah, that field is available like visible. So you can see that we can add multiple names. So I add another name, Andy out there. So Andy, just click refresh. So you can see that it is there. So likewise, when you are exiting that application and when resume back it to again, you are able to load same data set without any issue. So just I exit that application. Okay, I check it. So I exited from the application and this is my menu again. So I just click and sample again and just refresh. Okay, so it's capturing the screenshot. That might be okay. So it's name out there. So that's how Andy work. And then I close this one and just exit from the application. Okay, so let's just go to the J2E view. Okay, so we'll give me a search. Fine. Now you can see that there are two additional buttons available in the toolbar as well as the menu bar. So that clean option can use to clean the generated classes from the Andy model. So when you click that one, you are asking for the Andy integrated project and then click next button. Yeah, all generated classes are deleted from the project and package get empty. So actually when you are needed to clean your project from the project clean option, you might need to clean that end integration first, because unless if you don't remove that end integration first, it will be cause to a platform unstable status, because that Android SDK clean that generated folder from the build structure and then it automatically generate those things again, but we cannot directly couple with the Android ADT integration. So we have to clean that one and generate classes again after the successful clean. So that's how it works. So you can see that actually that all methods we are using from the Andy get threaded because the references are missing now. So I just click that generate button again and it's generated the class. So actually it's easy to use that Andy, and when you are click that you go through that show view. Yeah, modeling view is actually there. So just close it and show view there and the modeling view, and then load your table out there. Okay, so you can add another table into there or remove just edit table or change those things. That's the all about Andy plugin. And so thank you very much for watching that video, and also thank you very much Dr. Madhura Peruma and my project guys Achitra, Mudita as well as Deshapriya for their great contributions. Thank you.